Hey guys, I'm back. In this video we're going to talk about gallstones and the massive confusion there is about it. Some people will say, well, it comes from a high carbohydrate diet. Other people say it's a low carb diet or a high fat diet, high protein diet. So here you are trying to get rid of your gallstones and you don't know what to do, okay? So a couple things you need to know. Gallstones are cholesterol stones, okay? It's concentrated cholesterol, all right? It's not calcium, it's cholesterol. And bile, B-I-L-E, which is made by the liver and stored in the gallbladder, has a couple functions. One is it will help to dissolve fats and extract fat-soluble vitamins. Number two, it also keeps stones from developing. So gallstones really are a bile deficiency. So anything that will create a deficiency of bile will create gallstones. All right? Let's talk about the high carbohydrate diet. First of all, high carb diets increase insulin. And by the way, insulin converts sugar into cholesterol. So you're going to get a huge spike of cholesterol, and this is one of the causes of gallstones, high carb diets. Okay? I'll put a link down below. Really because of the high spike in insulin. So if you're trying to get rid of gallstones, you definitely have to keep the insulin really, really low. Number two, high protein diets. So anytime you consume excessive amounts of protein, you also trigger insulin, which can cause higher amounts of gallstones. Not to mention the strain on the liver and the gallbladder with too much protein. Okay, now let's talk about high-fat diets. Now the main food that triggers the release of bile is saturated fats. So it's not true that high-fat diets will cause gallstones unless you consume the high protein or the high carb. Now if you're not used to it and you don't have the bile reserve to handle the amount of dietary fat that you're consuming, that can create a strain on your digestive system and bloating, but not gallstones. It's more of a distension and strain on the gallbladder because it's trying to keep up with the digestion. It can also put a strain on the pancreas as well. But high-fat diets are not one of the causes of gallstones, especially if you're not adding in excessive amounts of carbs and high levels of protein. Okay, now let's talk about a low-carb diet. Now, doing a low-carb diet will definitely lower insulin, which is a good thing. But when you lower insulin, you're going to mobilize a lot of fat release from the fat cell. Well, guess what's in the fat cell? Cholesterol and triglycerides. So now we're going to dump a lot of cholesterol into the system. If your liver is fatty, if your liver is damaged, if your gallbladder is sluggish, if you don't have a gallbladder, that can back up and lead to a fatty liver and also decrease your bile release, thereby causing stones. And this is why I always recommend consuming a lot of vegetables if you're doing a low-carb diet. An unlimited amount of vegetables to keep the flow going, to keep the liver cleansed as you dump all this fat through the system and through the liver. So anytime you're doing low-carb, and let's say you're doing higher fats with moderate amount of protein and not enough vegetables, you potentially could plug up the liver and actually reduce the release of bile and cause gallstones. And this is why anytime you're doing the ketosis diet, you need to add a lot of vegetables to it, okay? A large amounts to keep your liver free of fat and keep yourself free of gallstones. So if you feel even bloating because you're consuming too much fat, all you do is reduce that and increase more vegetables and those symptoms should go away. So I hope that cleared up the confusions on what causes gallstones. If you don't have a gallbladder, this still applies. You might want to add some purified bile salts because the cause of gallstones is really low amounts of bile. All right? Thanks for watching. Hey, before you go, definitely sign up for my free keto course. I put a link down below. It's on Messenger and Facebook, but it will give you all the basics. It's very quick. It's like 3 or 4 videos, and it's free. Check it out.